Morning light across the window, ocean shining far below. There's a road around the mountain, and today I have to go.
Stone walls running through the clover, white clouds moving with the breeze. Every turn reveals the water, blue beyond the emerald fields. Take me down the road to the Atlantic, where the wild wind knows my name.
Past the cliffs and little harbors,
Past the fields washed clean by rain.
take me where the waves are calling,
Where the sky and ocean meet.
on the road beside the Atlantic.
That's where my heart wants to be.
Little houses by the shoreline, fishing boats are heading home.
Smoke is rising from the chimneys,
Seabirds circle as they roam.
I've been gone through many seasons. I've seen towns both near and far.
Still that ocean keeps on calling,
Like an old familiar song. Take me down the road to the Atlantic, where the wild wind knows my name.
past the cliffs and little harbors,
Past the fields washed clean by rain.
every road can lead you somewhere.
Every tide returns again.
Maybe home is where you listen,
And the ocean calls your name. Take me down the road to the Atlantic, where the wild wind knows my name.
past the cliffs and little harbors,
Past the fields washed clean by rain. Take me where the waves are calling, where the sky and ocean meet.
on the road beside the Atlantic.
That's where my heart wants to be. Morning wakes the little harbor, silver light across the bay. Boats are rocking by the old wall as another starts its day. Someone opens up the cafe, someone sweeps the doorway clean, and the hills behind the houses wear 100 shades of green. Morning in the harbor softly comes alive, coffee on the table, boats upon the tide. Nothing here is hurried, nothing needs to change. Morning in the harbor feels like home again. Old men talk beside the water of the storms from years before. Children run along the pathway past the weathered wooden doors. From a window comes a melody, simple, warm and low, and the sunlight on the water makes the whole small village glow. Morning in the harbor softly comes alive, coffee on the table, boats upon the tide. Maybe peace is something simple, a familiar face in view, a quiet morning by the ocean and a sky that's turning blue. Morning in the harbor softly comes alive, coffee on the table, boats upon the tide. Nothing here is hurried, nothing needs to change. Morning in the harbor feels like home again. Soft acoustic guitar,
beyond the old lighthouse, where the restless waters turn, there's a path above the ocean, where the summer grasses burn.
Father, walk that road beside me when my hands were small and cold. He would point beyond the shoreline and tell stories from the old.
Beyond the old lighthouse,
beyond the evening blue,
there's a place I still remember. There's a road that leads to you. Though the years may roll like water and the tides may rise and fall, beyond the old lighthouse I can hear my memories call. Now the paint is cracked and weathered,
and the keeper's house is still.
But the light keeps turning slowly over ocean, rock and hill.
I have traveled through the cities where the nights are bright and loud,
but I never saw a beacon like that light beneath the clouds.
Beyond the old lighthouse,
beyond the evening blue, there's a place I still remember. There's a road that leads to you.
Home.
Some guide the heart instead,
and every time I see that shore,
I hear the words you said. Beyond the old lighthouse, beyond the evening blue, there's a place I still remember. There's a road that leads to you. Though the years may roll like water, and the tides may rise and fall, beyond the old lighthouse, I can hear my memories call. There's a place above the shoreline where the meadow meets the foam. Wildflowers bend beneath the sea when the white birds wander home. Every fence runs toward the ocean, every hill is fresh and clean. Nothing feels more like this island than where the sea meets green. Where the sea meets green, that's where I want to stay. And the sunlight on the bay. Let the whole world keep on turning, let tomorrow wait unseen. I'll be somewhere on the coastline where the sea meets green. There's a cottage by the headland with a garden by the door. There's a little wooden table looking out toward the shore. I could spend 1,000 mornings watching clouds above the blue, listen to the wind and water, thinking quietly of you. Where the sea meets green, that's where I want to stay. With the Atlantic in the distance and the sunlight on the bay. Give me waves and fields together and a little bit of time. Where the sea meets green, that's that's where I wanna stay, with the Atlantic in the distance and the sunlight on the bay. Let the whole world keep on turning, let tomorrow wait and see. I'll be somewhere on the coastline, where the sea meets green.
He leaves before the morning, while the village still is dark, with a flask beside the doorway and the engine yet to start.
His wife stands by the window as the boat moves from the stone. She knows the road from sea to harbor, always brings her husband home.
Follow the fisherman's road home, past the harbor lights that glow,
past the gulls above the water,
past the tide that comes and goes. When the evening settles softly and the western wind has blown,
there's a warm light in the window
on the fisherman's road home. 40 years upon the water, 40 winters through the rain, every scar upon his old hands has a story and a name.
but he smiles when he remembers why he always faced the foam. There were children at the table and a little house called home.
Follow the fisherman's road home, past the harbor lights that glow,
Past the gulls above the water,
past the tide that comes and goes. Some men chase a distant fortune, some men wander where they please.
he found everything worth keeping between his family and the sea.
Follow the fisherman's road home, past the harbor lights that glow,
Past the gulls above the water, past the tide that comes and goes.
when the evening settles softly
And the western wind has blown, there's a warm light in the window on the fisherman's road home. cliffs, moving softly in the breeze. Purple heather, yellow blossoms, looking down upon the sea. I remember walking here on a bright September day. You were laughing at the weather when the wind blew clouds away. Wildflowers by the cliffs still are dancing in the wind. Every color brings me closer to the days we lived within. Though the years have moved between us and the world has carried on, wildflowers by the cliffs keep a little memory strong. We would follow narrow pathways with the ocean far below, never asking where they ended, never needing much to know. Now I walk the path more slowly, but the view is just the same. And when sea wind moves the flowers, sometimes I can hear your name. Wildflowers by the cliffs still are dancing in the wind. Every color brings me closer to the days we lived within. Nothing stays the way we knew it, still some things refuse to leave. Like a flower by the ocean, holding tightly to the breeze. Wildflowers by the cliffs still are dancing in the wind. Every color brings me closer to the days we lived within. Though the years have moved between us and the world has carried on, wildflowers by the cliffs keep a little memory strong.
Rain is falling on the roadway, clouds are low across the bay. Wipers keeping time beside me as the miles roll away.
Gray Atlantic on my left side, green hills rising on my right. Every village through the rainfall has a window warm with light.
Across the Galway rain, I'm coming home again.
Through the mist and through the weather, down these roads I've always known.
Across the Galway rain, I can hear that old refrain.
Every mile beneath these wheels brings me closer to my home.
driving nowhere with my friends, singing songs above the engine, never thinking days would end.
Now those faces live in pictures, and those nights are far away. Still the road feels like a friendship in the soft and steady rain.
Across the Galway rain, I'm coming home again.
Through the mist and through the weather, down these roads I've always known.
Sunshine isn't always needed
For a road to feel like home,
sometimes rain upon the windshield
tells you you're no longer alone.
across the Galway rain.
I'm coming home again.
Through the mist and through the weather,
Down these roads I've always known.
across the Galway rain.
I can hear that old refrain.
Every mile beneath these wheels
Brings me closer to my home. There's an island across the bay, white houses by the shore. A little boat leaves every morning from the old familiar pier. Children wave from by the railing as the harbor falls behind, and the sunlight on the water feels like freedom for a while. Island across the bay, take me there today, where the hills fall to the ocean and the clouds go rolling away.
whistles on the harbor, golden light across the wall. One by one the boats are turning as the distant seabirds call.
Families wait beside the water, children point across the blue. Every boat that crosses homeward carries someone's heart there too.
When the evening boats return
and the harbor lanterns burn,
all the ocean seems much quieter
as the daylight slowly turns.
Every journey has an ending.
Every sailor knows the way. Home is waiting by the harbor at the closing of the day.
There's a woman by the doorway. She has waited many years,
through the winter and the summer, through the weather and the fears.
still she smiles when she can hear it. That old engine drawing near,
And another day upon the water ends with someone she holds dear.
when the evening boats return
And the harbor lanterns burn,
all the ocean seems much quieter
as the daylight slowly turns. You can cross 100 oceans, you can wander far and wide,
but there's nothing like the feeling
when you see your homeward light.
when the evening boats return
And the harbor lanterns burn,
all the ocean seems much quieter
as the daylight slowly turns.
every journey has an ending.
Every sailor knows the way. Home is waiting by the harbor at the closing of the day.
was born beside the water, where the green hills meet the foam, where the wind came through the chimney of the little house called home.
I would wake to gulls each morning, I would sleep to distant waves. Never knew how much I'd miss it till the road took me away.
Home where the ocean sings,
Home beneath the seabird's wings,
where the cliffs stand in the weather,
and the tide brings everything.
Let me walk those roads forever.
Let me hear those old bells ring.
There will always be
a part of me, home where the ocean sings.
I've seen sunrise over cities, I've seen highways without end.
I found strangers who became me, like a family and friend.
Still a sound can take me backward, just the breaking of a wave,
to the kitchen and the doorway, and the childhood that I saved.
home where the ocean sings,
Home beneath the seabird's wings,
where the cliffs stand in the weather,
and the tide brings everything.
that made you.
You may travel where you please,
But sometimes home keeps calling.
through the rhythm of the sea. Home where the ocean sings, home beneath the seabird's wings,
Where the cliffs stand in the weather,
and the tide brings everything.
let me walk those roads forever.
Let me hear those old bells ring.
There will always be
A part of me, home where the ocean sings, home where the ocean sings.
morning light across the window, ocean shining far below. There's a road around the mountain, and today I have to go.
Stone walls running through the clover, white clouds moving with the breeze. Every turn reveals the water, blue beyond the emerald fields.
Take me down the road to the Atlantic,
where the wild wind knows my name.
past the cliffs and little harbors,
Past the fields washed clean by rain.
take me where the waves are calling,
Where the sky and ocean meet.
on the road beside the Atlantic.
That's where my heart wants to be.
Little houses by the shoreline, fishing boats are heading home.
Smoke is rising from the chimneys.
Seabirds circle as they roam.
I've been gone through many seasons. I've seen towns both near and far.
Still that ocean keeps on calling,
Like an old familiar song. Take me down the road to the Atlantic, where the wild wind knows my name.
past the cliffs and little harbors,
Past the fields washed clean by rain.
every road can lead you somewhere.
Every tide returns again.
Baby, home is where you listen,
And the ocean calls your name. Take me down the road to the Atlantic, where the wild wind knows my name.
past the cliffs and little harbors,
Past the fields washed clean by rain. Take me where the waves are calling, where the sky and ocean meet.
on the road beside the Atlantic.
That's where my heart wants to be. Morning wakes the little harbor, silver light across the bay. Boats are rocking by the old wall as another starts its day. Someone opens up the cafe, someone sweeps the doorway clean, and the hills behind the houses wear 100 shades of green. Morning in the harbor softly comes alive. Coffee on the table, boats upon the tide. Nothing here is hurried, nothing needs to change. Morning in the harbor feels like home again. water of the storms from years before. Children run along the pathway past the weathered wooden doors. From a window comes a melody, simple, warm and low, and the sunlight on the water makes the whole small village glow. Morning in the harbor softly comes alive. Coffee on the table, boats upon the tide. Maybe peace is something simple, a familiar face in view, a quiet morning by the ocean and a sky that's turning blue. Morning in the harbor softly comes alive. Coffee on the table, boats upon the tide. Nothing here is hurried, nothing needs to change. Morning in the harbor feels like home again. Soft acoustic guitar.
Beyond the old lighthouse, where the restless waters turn, there's a path above the ocean, where the summer grasses burn.
Father, walk that road beside me. When my hands were small and cold, he would point beyond the shoreline and tell stories from the old.
Beyond the old lighthouse,
beyond the evening blue,
there's a place I still remember. There's a road that leads to you. Though the years may roll like water, and the tides may rise and fall, beyond the old lighthouse, I can hear my memories call. Now the paint is cracked and weathered, and the keeper's house is still,
but the light keeps turning slowly over ocean, rock and hill.
I have traveled through the cities where the nights are bright and loud,
but I never saw a beacon like that light beneath the clouds.
beyond the old lighthouse, beyond the evening blue. There's a place I still remember. There's a road that leads to you. Home.
Some guide the heart instead,
and every time I see that shore,
I hear the words you said. Beyond the old lighthouse, beyond the evening blue, there's a place I still remember. There's a road that leads to you. Though the years may roll like water, and the tides may rise and fall, beyond the old lighthouse, I can hear my memories call. There's a place above the shoreline where the meadow meets the foam. Wildflowers bend beneath the sea when the white birds wander home. Every fence runs toward the ocean, every hill is fresh and clean. Nothing feels more like this island than where the sea meets green. Where the sea meets green, that's where I wanna stay. And the sunlight on the bay. Let the whole world keep on turning, let tomorrow wait unseen. I'll be somewhere on the coastline where the sea meets green. There's a cottage by the headland with a garden by the door. There's a little wooden table looking out toward the shore. I could spend 1,000 mornings watching clouds above the blue, listen to the wind and water, thinking quietly of you. Where the sea meets green, that's where I wanna stay. With the Atlantic in the distance and the sunlight on the bay. Give me waves and fields together and a little bit of time. Where the sea meets green, that's where I wanna stay. With the Atlantic in the distance and the sunlight on the bay. Let the whole world keep on turning, let tomorrow wait unseen. I'll be somewhere on the coastline where the sea meets green.
He leaves before the morning, while the village still is dark, with a flask beside the doorway and the engine yet to start.
His wife stands by the window as the boat moves from the stone. She knows the road from sea to harbor, always brings her husband home.
Follow the fisherman's road home, past the harbor lights that glow,
past the gulls above the water,
past the tide that comes and goes. When the evening settles softly and the western wind has blown,
there's a warm light in the window
on the fisherman's road home. 40 years upon the water, 40 winters through the rain. Every scar upon his old hands has a story and a name.
but he smiles when he remembers why he always faced the phone. There were children at the table and a little house called home.
Follow the fisherman's road home, past the harbor lights that glow,
Past the gulls above the water,
past the tide that comes and goes. Some men chase a distant fortune, some men wander where they please.
he found everything worth keeping between his family and the sea.
Follow the fisherman's road home, past the harbor lights that glow,
Past the gulls above the water,
past the tide that comes and goes. When the evening settles softly
and the western wind has blown,
there's a warm light in the window on the fisherman's road home.
wildflowers by the cliffs, moving softly in the breeze, purple heather, yellow blossoms, looking down upon the sea. I remember walking here on a bright September day. You were laughing at the weather when the wind blew clouds away. Wildflowers by the cliffs still are dancing in the wind, Every color brings me closer to the days we lived within. Though the years have moved between us and the world has carried on, wildflowers by the cliffs keep a little memory strong. We would follow narrow pathways with the ocean far below, never asking where they ended, never needing much to know. Now I walk the path more slowly, but the view is just the same. And when sea wind moves the flowers, sometimes I can hear your name. Wildflowers by the cliffs still are dancing in the wind. Every color brings me closer to the days we lived within. Nothing stays the way we knew it, still some things refuse to leave. Like a flower by the ocean, holding tightly to the breeze. Wildflowers by the cliffs still are dancing in the wind. Every color brings me closer to the days we lived within. Though the years have moved between us and the world has carried on, wildflowers by the cliffs keep a little memory strong.
Rain is falling on the roadway, clouds are low across the bay. Wipers keeping time beside me as the miles roll away.
Gray Atlantic on my left side, green hills rising on my right. Every village through the rainfall has a window warm with light.
Across the Galway rain, I'm coming home again.
Through the mist and through the weather, down these roads I've always known.
Across the Galway rain, I can hear that old refrain.
Every mile beneath these wheels brings me closer to my home.
I remember younger evenings, driving nowhere with my friends, singing songs above the engine, never thinking days would end.
Now those faces live
across the Galway rain. I'm coming home again.
Through the mist and through the weather, down these roads I've always known.
Sunshine isn't always needed
For a road to feel like home.
Sometimes rain upon the windshield
Tells you you're no longer alone.
across the Galway rain.
I'm coming home again.
Through the mist and through the weather,
Down these roads I've always known.
across the Galway rain.
I can hear that old refrain.
Every mile beneath these wheels
Brings me closer to my home. There's an island across the bay, white houses by the shore. A little boat leaves every morning from the old familiar pier. Children wave from by the railing as the harbor falls behind, and the sunlight on the water feels like freedom for a while. Island across the bay, take me there. Maybe we forget to stay, so I'm leaving all my worries on the mainland for a day. Island across the bay, take me there today, where the hills fall to the ocean and the clouds go rolling away. Island across the bay, let the mainland fade away. Give me one long summer morning on that island across the bay.
Evening settles on the harbor, golden light across the wall. One by one the boats are turning as the distant seabirds call.
Families wait beside the water, children point across the blue. Every boat that crosses homeward carries someone's heart there too.
When the evening boats return
and the harbor lanterns burn,
all the ocean seems much quieter
as the daylight slowly turns.
Every journey has an ending.
Every sailor knows the way. Home is waiting by the harbor at the closing of the day.
There's a woman by the doorway. She has waited many years,
Through the winter and the summer, through the weather and the fears.
still she smiles when she can hear it, that old engine drawing near.
And another day upon the water ends with someone she holds dear.
When the evening boats return
And the harbor lanterns burn,
all the ocean seems much quieter
as the daylight slowly turns. You can cross 100 oceans, you can wander far and wide,
nothing like the feeling
when you see your homeward light,
when the evening boats return,
and the harbor lanterns burn.
all the ocean seems much quieter
As the daylight slowly turns.
Every journey has an ending.
Every sailor knows the way.
Home is waiting by the harbor
At the closing of the day.
I was born beside the water, where the green hills meet the foam, where the wind came through the chimney of the little house called home.
I would wake to gulls each morning, I would sleep to distant waves. Never knew how much I'd miss it till the road took me away.
Home where the ocean sings,
Home beneath the seabird's wings,
where the cliffs stand in the weather,
and the tide brings everything.
let me walk those roads forever.
Let me hear those old bells ring.
There will always be
A part of me,
home
where the ocean sings.
I've seen sunrise over cities, I've seen highways without end.
I found strangers who became me, like a family and friend.
Still a sound can take me backward, just the breaking of a wave.
To the kitchen and the doorway, and the childhood that I saved.
Home where the ocean sings,
Home beneath the seabird's wings,
where the cliffs stand in the weather,
and the tide brings everything.
you may leave the place that made you,
You may travel where you please,
but sometimes home keeps calling.
through the rhythm of the sea. Home where the ocean sings, home beneath the seabird's wings,
Where the cliffs stand in the weather,
and the tide brings everything.
let me walk those roads forever.
Let me hear those old bells ring.
ocean sea.